In case you didn't get the memo, guys, we're moving. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kira if you are new, and yes, my friends, we are moving and the questions have not stopped and they keep coming in. Everybody keeps saying, like, where did I miss this? Are you moving? What, how, this? I've talked about this in so many videos that I'm encouraging my fans to go back and watch my content. I am a long-winded speaker, so a lot of my information may come at the end of a video. I always encourage everybody, watch till the end, because you never know what you're gonna hear. And we are moving. So we're not moving like far. It's not like when we left Carolina and we're moved all the way to Texas. We're gonna stay within the San Antonio realm. Like, we live on the outskirts right now of like the hub of San Antonio, but it is very big. Like, it takes over an hour to get from one side of San Antonio to the other, and there are like a lot of neighboring areas around there, like Kirby, Seguin, New Braunfels, Selma, Schertz, Cibolo. Like, there are a million areas around San Antonio that we're looking to move into. It's not like we're gonna leave, but the opportunity for my kids to go to the same school that they've been going to is not an option anymore, and the schools for my kids are very important to me. We picked this house and we picked a district that had school of choice so that we can find the best school in the district and take my kids to that school, and now that's no longer an option. So my kids' education and a safe place for them to live is very, very important to my husband and I. Whenever he is out, if he's like coming home from work or something and he passes by a development that he sees that's being built, he'll pull in and take pictures. Like, we're just at the stage in our life now where we want to put our kids in a gated development. I want my kids to be able to run outside and play in the neighborhood and feel safe. Like, Maya's left the yard out here. She like plays with the friends in the neighborhood I'm not huge fans of. We've had at least 3 to 4 surrounding houses around us have garage fires. I just think it's too coincidental that we've had so many houses in our neighborhood where the garage is the only thing that goes on fire. And our house, the reason why I chose this one, it's kind of out of place in our neighborhood, as nice as the inside is, because this house caught fire, and we didn't learn that till after we got in here. We were only told like it was a mild thing, and then that's not true. I was told it was only a mild fire in the garage, that it was raining, and that they had a barbecue in there and they were trying to barbecue, and that it caught fire inside of the garage. The lady across the street told me that that's not true. Nobody was barbecuing. It was raining outside, yes, that day, but nobody was outside barbecuing. The garage door was not open. That's not what they were doing, but a fire did erupt. But that the entire house got redone because of the fire, which explains why everything in my house is cohesive. All of the bathrooms, all of the countertops, they're all the same granite. The flooring throughout the entire house is all the same flooring. That doesn't really happen unless it's at a new build. And this house was built 2005 or 6, because it's just a few years younger than Jake. So that means this house is 18 years old. This is not 18 years old style. This house has all been redone from a fire in the garage. I'm over this neighborhood, so is my husband. We are just done, and it's time to level up. Like, we deserve it. We've spent the last 3 years working our butts off, and I'm finally in a financial position where him and I together can contribute to a house that's better for our kids. So now that you guys know, we are moving. It is official, and these are kind of the situations to where we're at. This is our thought plan and process. So ignore all of this, because I just filmed that opening my mail video that you guys just saw, and I have not cleaned it up yet because we're losing daylight, and I wanted to start to share this with you guys. So our plan, I'll actually take you outside. We'll go out the front door and I'll show you what our plan is. But we got, if you guys saw my Instagram, we got these U-Haul pods in. So not originally what we wanted to do. I wanted a pod, but when we got the pod when we left Carolina, it was pricey, but it was a little different because we were traveling cross country, and so it was a big deal. The storage things, all of that. Daryl did a lot of research beforehand, and a few of you have actually wrote me and asked me, hey, can you share the details with this? So I said that I would. But it was more cost effective for him to get 3 of these, and they're the same size and equivalent to the one giant pod that we had in Carolina. So we thought this would be better, and we figured we can kind of prioritize. So like now this one has been all of the shed in the backyard. This is all of the attic, like all, well, not all, we just have a few more bins, which you're gonna move with us tonight. But I think my husband's gonna be able to fit them in the spaces that he saved purposefully. But this is pretty much all of the attic, all of the shed, and then all of our garage. The only thing that's left in there is stuff that we're gonna use for the garage sale, or like refrigerators and stuff that isn't gonna go anywhere right now. But baby, which one of these can I open? I know Paul started putting stuff in the last one, right? So this one's completely empty?
Each one of these comes with, how many was it? 24 free rental furniture pads. So I threw most of them into one.
Oh, which is in this one. So each one, he said, came with 24 of those moving pads. So we ended up with giant things of them. So that's where he just put them right
2
now.
Containers worth.
But this is like what the container looks like, empty. It's bigger than I thought. And Hub's got pretty smart. He's been hooking up like fans and that travel air conditioner and stuff that we had in there, so it's a little bit cooler for him to like keep transporting stuff. Paul's been working his stuff into this one, and then this is where we're gonna start putting like the kitchen and everything else. And then here's where like we're at here in the garage. Like I said, like most of our stuff is all gone. This is like either garage sale stuff. That's the last of Paul's stuff that he has to put away. That's Paul's fish tank that's already sold. Someone's coming to pick that up this week. And then we're leaving the shelving units in here right now. We are taking them, but I thought that would be really good for the garage sale, because I actually want to do the garage sale in here. It's hot in Texas, and so I thought it would be smart for us to like put the little air conditioning thing that we have and like keep it cool in here and just let people come in and shop in here. Like we'll have stuff in the garage too, but I don't even know if these pods will be out of the driveway yet before we even do that. All right, what's up, baby? What did you want to say?
2 things that I thought were extra positives: that this door is this way and not a sliding door, so you can pack things straight to the roof and it stays.
Oh, that's right.
Not the sliding, and then you have space for things to move around. You can go right to the ceiling. This is solidly packed, which is the other advantage to having 3 instead of 1. We can solidly pack sections, and it's much safer to move.
That's actually really smart what he said. Like we noticed that too. Like for our old pod, like it had a rolling up door, and so we had to be careful what we put up top, because like we couldn't block the roll like a regular garage door, and then there was room up top to save. So when it was closed, there was still room to shift. Because it's just a closing door, he can really pack this strategically. And I do like the idea that it's separated, so like this whole thing, we know what's in here. So like when we go to empty this, we know where this stuff goes. It just makes sense. So it cost us $400 to have all of these dropped off. Was it $359?
Yeah.
$359, right? It was $359 to have all 3 dropped off, and then for however long that we keep them, and then once they pick them up and move them, it's $250 a month to store them. And so it's way cheaper, especially since maybe it's better because we're going local, but either way, I would look into your U-Haul because we felt that this was cheaper than the pods. So now inside, you'll see like we're in some pretty serious disarray, because our thought process was this, right? So we thought, how are we going to stage this house so that we can show it in a nicer way for people to see it? Like I didn't want people to see our house full of clutter. So like we're putting everything pretty much away, and we're gonna stage the house to take pictures, to put it on the market and things like that. And I think it'll be easier come time to move. So like Daryl's been working on pretty much taking every darn thing off the walls, but what we're gonna use for staging. Hold on, let's turn on this lighting because it's the only lights that isn't on right now. But like we just decided today, like, okay, are we gonna leave that? Yes or no? Like, good for staging. I'm gonna take down majority of those knives, but just leave a few so that they can tell it's a knife rack. Like, we've really just cut down because we want to be able to pack stuff away, and then we want to be able to come back and go over the next stage of stuff, like, oh, these blinds are broken and stuff, so I'm not gonna leave those there. This is my KitchenAid dishwasher. I freaking love this dishwasher. I'm not leaving it here. I'm gonna go buy another dishwasher and we're gonna swap it out. This is gonna go on the pod, and then I'm not gonna post this in my listing pictures. But like, that's what we needed to do. So that's why we're kind of ahead of the game of where we wanted to be, so that now we can go ahead and set ourselves up for success. All right, so now that we've chit-chatted, you guys know all the details, you know why we're moving and all the things. Hubby and I need to start moving because it is Monday night when I am filming this, and I go to work tomorrow from 3 to 10. Well, we close at 10, and then so it's like 10:30, so 3 to close, and then we fly out. Like, our flight leaves Wednesday at 11:30. I have not packed one thing, and my house is in complete disarray. So we need to pack and get this stuff. Like, Daryl and I, our next focus is to get the stuff upstairs from the game room, and we're gonna work on our room. I wanna change our sheets and see if we like those cooling sheets and all of that. So we're gonna go ahead and work on that. You guys, I wanna do like a story about Ella. Everybody else has their story on my channel. Dorothy and Ruby have one, but they're not even here. Oh no, maybe Dorothy might have already been gone. I know Oliver has a story and Bruno has a story, but Ella doesn't have a story. You guys want to see Ella's story? You guys want to meet her and have her story? I know, Skitty Kitty. Go ahead. All right, you guys. So here's our messy room. Like I said, everything is all over the place. Look. It's so funny, I just talked about this in my last video. Like, my husband and I do not sleep in the same blanket. This is the cooling blanket that I have not shared with him. See, but I sleep all balled up. Look, his nicely folded back over. That's mine from sleeping. Like, who sleeps like that? Me. But this is the blanket update, okay? So here are the two sides. And so this side, that more just plain gray, this is the warming side. And this is the side that like he put down. So then this is the part that was touching my skin. And I was so warm. It's unbelievable what the temperature difference is. This is so nice. This is the cool side. So this is what you want facing down on you. And it's so stinking nice, okay? But when we made the bed and we put this on, we shared with you guys that we put the purple sheets on, right? Look, the purple sheets, do you see them? I'll zoom in. There they are, over there. In the middle of the night, he just got up and he was like, all right, I'm done. I know I like the silk sheets, but I'm sliding all over. I'm falling off. They keep falling off. And he just put these regular sheets on. And he's not a fan of these either. And he said that they're just not holding temperature, and he's not getting the privilege of sleeping with this. So I was like, all right, babe, we're gonna go back, and now we're gonna get the cooling sheets. And so we got the cooling sheets and the pillowcases. I know I'm kind of obsessed now, but I really like this stuff. Like, I think it's awesome. So I only got 2 of the pillowcases right now, but it's because only one pillow during the night touches your head or your face, like the rest are propped up on. So I got us these so we can put that cooling texture, and it has the same thing, like the cooling side and then a warming side. So I think that's really cool. And so each of us will have one of those. And then here is the cooling waterproof mattress protector. And so the great thing about this is it operates like a sheet, but it's also a mattress protector. So it has like a 15 inch cushion on the top that we're supposed to sleep on. But when you read in there, it encourages you to not put another sheet on top of this. They want you to use this mattress protector and pad like a sheet because it's the cooling opportunities that they want to touch directly to your skin. So it's recommended that you sleep right on this. And it's the same OEXO like material. It's that same Pro Q Max 4. So it's that really like cold holding, like it's cold retention. It's insane how much that it actually, yeah, this is what I was looking for. It has the Cool Touch technology, and it's moisture wicking, so it like keeps the sweat away from you, which I think is amazing, unless you're trying to like be warm. And then that other side like really just keeps that heat in for you. It's kind of so diverse how the two work. So I'm excited to kind of put this out and share it with you guys. The other stuff has been amazing, so if the other stuff has been as amazing as this has, I know that it's going to be that fantastic. And I will leave everything linked in the description box. I left all this stuff linked in my last video too, because I unboxed it in the mail, but I'll go ahead and show you right now what it all looks like set up, and I'll leave the links again for it for you in the description box. All right, we definitely don't have one of those like Pinterest worthy beds with like the 6 pillows and everything looks nice, but I don't care because our bed is functional, and you can tell that hubby has the blanket that he gets to sleep with. And then I am gonna be like Q max 25 when I get into bed, so hopefully my premenopause can be toned down just a little bit in my cooling sheets, and then at least you'll get an opportunity to feel what it feels like, since he keeps saying like I'm waiting for the time for you not to be home and I can have a nap and steal your blanket, but that hasn't happened yet, so he still hasn't gotten the chance. But now you get the sheets and the pillowcase. Yeah, you look sleepy right now. You want to take a little power nap? Well, you can't because we're moving. Good morning, you guys. Well, actually at this point now it's good afternoon. Daryl and I quit last night about 10, just kind of laid low. I made some eggs and had 2 over easy eggs and a bagel thin from Aldi, so I felt good. I was starting to get a little queasy. I hadn't eaten anything all day and I started to get really hungry. So when I get hungry, I get excited to eat. So I was like, okay, babe, we gotta quit it here. But we pretty much got all of our bedroom packed up. I showed you guys like there's minimal left at this point, just like what's in our dressers. And obviously we have to tidy up now, but we're pretty much clean in our bedroom. So that's good. And we have to do our bathroom. This morning we did a little bit more packing up. You guys saw I got my coffee going. We did some more eggs too, because I got that case of eggs a couple of weeks back and I wanted to use them all before we left. So, and eggs sit well with me. So we had some eggs so I can power through the energy that I needed, because I have to get ready for work in a couple of hours. And this is what I am left with inside of my game room right now. So this is the residual of our attic space. A lot of this stuff is Paul's that he needs to go through. Annabella. Hi, sweet pea. What are you doing up there? You good girl? Huh? Yeah? And then this stuff is like the residual of what is left of ours. So this is like a bin of like old pictures and stuff. And I find that this is what kind of ends up taking us long periods of time, because then we start going through and like finding some things that, you know, you're like, oh, look, cute pictures of Mason and then Jacob and all of these. Oh my gosh, look, I just found ones. Wait, where's one of the ones I wanted to show you guys? Hold on. Like, I know it's hard to see. Oh, there, it focused a little bit, but that is me and my mom outside of our pool when we first moved into that house. That's my mom and me. And then this is even younger in my grandparents' backyard before we moved in. That's my dad and me. And then this is even younger than that. Like, look how this picture is like all stuck and ripped. But that is my parents and me on my christening day. Like, you just go through all this old stuff and then you just get stuck with being nostalgic. And then Daryl keeps bringing me up pictures like, babe, look at this. And then I keep finding pictures and then it's crazy. It's like all like silly stuff. Like, look, the little pamphlet from my senior prom. Like, I found that. My little pamphlet from my junior prom. So it's just all this stuff ends up taking forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish loading this stuff in, and then Daryl and I are gonna load the last of this into that very last pod and then lock it up so that that's good and locked before we go, and we know one is checked off and ready to be completed. And then I think that's it for today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because we still have so much to do, and I still have to start packing. Like, I have not packed, you guys, and we leave, like, our plane will already be in the air this time tomorrow, and I work from 3 to close today. So I have a lot still to do and I need to get myself moving. But all right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and seeing us do all of the things. I do appreciate you guys always sticking with me. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Stick along with us on our journey while we're moving, and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.